Now then, if you open a charge, as any citizen has a right to open a charge at your local police station, that charge in that case may not necessarily go to court. Vanakkam, namaskaram, namaste, salam, honor and salutation. Now, like I said, any person has a right to open a charge at the local police station. Note well that no police officer can deny you your right to open a charge. Know that. Their job is to take your statement, open the charge, open the docket, do the investigation, and hand the docket over to the prosecutor. So it goes from the police, which is one department, then it goes to the prosecutor, a separate department. So the decision on whether to prosecute or not lies with the prosecutor. Whether the case goes to court or not lies lies with the prosecutor. The prosecutor makes this decision to prosecute or not based on the evidence provided by the investigating officer. That's why the investigating officer is important, what he investigates and what he puts in the docket, because the prosecutor will then read the docket, look at the evidence before him or her, and then decide whether to prosecute or not. If a prosecutor decides not to prosecute, it's called a nolly prosecute, N-O-L-L-Y, I think it is called nolly prosecute, mean decline to prosecute. And the majority of the time, decline to prosecute because there is not enough evidence in the docket for a successful prosecution, for the prosecutor to win the case. Now, let me tell you something that's also important. If you find yourself in a position where the prosecutor has done a nolly prosecute, where they decline to prosecute, you have a right to go and reopen that case. It could be that the investigating officer has not done enough work. You have a right to look at the docket, most parts of the docket, the evidence that is provided, and you have a chance to adduce more evidence. And sometimes the prosecutor even asks for more evidence before even nulling the docket. But if they null the docket, you can go and reopen that docket and provide additional evidence to assist the prosecutor, because very often the IOs do not do enough investigation. They do not thoroughly investigate the case to prove the case that you have. Well, there you go. But nolly prosecute also comes in as follows when there's no evidence, as follows, meaning, let's say you were involved in an altercation with a neighbor, he came to your house and hit you. He assaulted you. He did assault you, that's a fact. When you do your statement, you say he came into your house, he punched you, you got bruise marks, you got whatever, you got doctor's notes, all of that you got. The prosecutor will still decline to prosecute. And the reason is as follows. You have no witnesses to back up your case. There's only you and him in the house. It's your word against his. Now, in a court of law, he's going to deny you was there, he's going to deny he hit you, and there's nothing to prove otherwise. So even though the assault did occur, there's not enough evidence for the prosecution to have a successful prosecution. Now it brings us to the Shailen case and the Govender Prosecure Govender siblings. Now clearly you can see that the case is proceeding. The evidence has been provided by the IO to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor believes that the chances of a successful prosecution are good or are there for a successful prosecution. Evidence means they're willing to run the cost, they're willing to go to the trial to prove the case because they have enough evidence to prosecute. But what if the prosecutor loses? What if the governor's siblings are acquitted? What if the governor's siblings are found not guilty? Then what is the recourse of someone like the governor's sibling? You could be in the same scenario. If you were tried to be prosecuted and the prosecutor failed, you are acquitted, you are found not guilty. What is your right of recourse? That's coming up in my next video. Stay tuned. Press the plus button there, like and share, and I'll keep you in tune. Remember, if you know anything about the Shailen case and the governor's siblings, I think I'm one of the best platforms around bringing you the correct information as to what's happening. Remember, this feature brought to you by SK Auto Sales in Pietermaritzburg, bringing you this 2017 Toyota Fortuner 2.4 GD6. It's got only 215,200 kilometers on the clock, going for 399,999. SK Auto Sales in Pietermaritzburg.
Dollar what you must, dollar what you crave, but don't dollar flop, don't dollar with the masala.